Hi, this is Mark Cherry, creator and executive producer of Desperate Housewives. And I'm here with
Dana Delaney,
playing the part of Catherine Mayfair on my show. And we are going to answer the fan questions submitted to abc.com.
Mark.
Oh dear. God, this show is killing me. I heard Mark wanted to have you on the show from the beginning. Were you supposed to be a regular series member from the get-go?
Maybe you should answer that.
Tell them how you broke my heart.
I did. I auditioned for Mark for the role of Bree Vandekamp, and I just wasn't ready to do a series, so I said no.
How many times did I call you?
Well, that's legend.
3 times. I called her 3 times. We offered her 3 times. And this was the interesting thing about this, and I don't know if you ever heard this from my perspective. We were going to meet Dana Delaney. During the audition process, I had a lot of well-known actresses coming in, and I was really excited. But I just thought you were coming in to meet us. Mm-hmm. You know, because some actors who have won many Emmys and are very big stars, they don't audition for you, but they'll come in and meet you. And you came in dressed like Bree, I must say, and you said, well, I'm here to read. I'm going to read for you. And we were really stunned. And then she read it fantastically. And I'd been having a problem with the part of Bree, so I got so excited. And then when we offered you the part and you turned it down, I went, well, is she just screwing with our minds? She didn't have to audition, but she did. So what kind of sicko is this Dana Delaney chick? So that was...
She's perfect for the part.
Yeah, so she came and made me want her, and now she's turning it down. No, I'm going to get her. And so that started like a years-long quest of me obsessing over Dana Delaney. So I finally got her. Let's say that in an upcoming script, you have to have an affair with a resident of Wisteria Lane. Who would it be?
Bree. Bree. We've discussed it. We're ready.
Okay.
We're madly in love with each other.
Sometimes I don't want to know things going on in my show, so this is why this is sometimes uncomfortable.
What other disastrous events like the supermarket hostage, tornado, and fire are planned for upcoming seasons?
I pretty much have run out of big group disaster situations. I think the fans are catching on to me a little. I have something unique planned next year, an episode where we go back in time and see Desperate Housewives, you know, like it was in the first season. And we'll take that walk down Wisteria Lane sometime when it sleeps.
I'm gone.
Well, unless we go back even earlier to when Catherine was still there.
We could do that.
Yeah. If you could be any other character on the show, who would it be?
I like Edie. I like her clothes. I'd like to wear some of those hooker shoes. I think that would be really fun. You know?
Or at least have an excuse to wear them.
Yeah, I'd like to wear the hooker shoes.
As opposed to in real life where it's really just shocking to all of us.
What are the hardest emotions to shoot? Fights, crying scenes, disasters, etc.
The hardest emotion to get actors to do properly is rage. Because some actors, they get a little too actory. Oh! And it can be just, you know, a little hard to watch, you know. And I think that's probably true of the emotion rage in real life, too. The easiest emotions, I think, to shoot are just kind of bitchy quips.
Yeah, it's true.
My cast is really good at that.
Yeah, it's weird, isn't it?
Yeah. What type of scene is the most challenging for you? Is it being ruthless or being vulnerable?
I think being vulnerable is much harder to do, because ruthless, you're going after something. Vulnerable, you have to reveal something. So you have to, that's personal. So you have to reveal something personal. Although, of course, I kind of like that, too.
You're a little bit of an exhibitionist,
a little bit of an emotional exhibitionist, yes.
Yeah. All the good actors are.
How do you come up with the names for each of the characters?
This is a good question. No one's ever asked me this before. For Susan, I wanted just something all-American. It just seemed to me very, very ultra, you know, neighborhood girl next door. Bree was actually named because of a character that I had on my first TV show I ever created with my ex-writing partner, The 5 Mrs. Buchanans. And Charlotte Ross played the character of Bree. And when I was writing the part of Bree, I thought, Charlotte would be so good on this. And I think she was still on NYPD Blue at the time, and that's why I couldn't have her come and audition for it. But I wrote the part with her in mind, so I just named the character Bree. And Gabrielle, I wanted something sexy and romantic and ethnic, so I played with various names. And there had been a character named Gabrielle on One Life to Live, which I used to be a huge fan of. So I stole it from that.
Character,
do you remember
yes.
that? Which, by the way, this is a complete sideline, but when Marcia Cross came into audition for Desperate Housewives, everyone would always say to Marcia, oh, I loved you on Melrose Place. And I knew her from One Life to Live, and I was like, oh my God, I'm such a fan, I loved you on One Life to Live. And she was so not used to hearing it, it ruined her first audition completely.
That's funny.
The name Lynette, this is the most interesting story, and I don't think I've ever told this in public before. Years ago, I was Dixie Carter's personal assistant. And going through files and boxes one day, I came across the original pilot of Designing Women. And Annie Potts' character, which the fans will know as Mary Jo Shively, was originally named Lynette. And I always thought, what a great name for a female ensemble character. And so when I was doing the pilot, I just thought of that and named that. So a big thank you to Linda Bloodworth Thomason for naming Felicity's character.
Did you ever tell her that?
No.
Interesting.
There you go. Trivia. Who do you think has the best wardrobe of all the lady cast members?
Brie has great outfits because she's a successful businesswoman.
Yeah, the more money the character makes, the more fun my actresses have.
Yeah, so I'd say right now it's between Brie and Edie just because she gets to wear the hooker clothes.
It's always with the hooker clothes with you.
What was it about Dana Delaney's audition that made you feel she truly nailed the role?
This is actually a very easy question to answer. Dana was funny in the subtlest of ways, which is exactly how I saw the character. So many women were coming in and doing just this very overt kind of prim and proper thing. And Dana exhibited the same kind of passive-aggressive attitude I find in my mother.
Yes, which I understand completely with my mother.
Thank you so much. This was Mark Cherry.
Dana Delaney.
Here answering your questions. Happy to do it for abc.com. See our next all-new Desperate Housewives on March 8th, 9 o'clock, 8 o'clock Central.